Well, welcome to an episode of the Brandon Janu Show. As you know, I am Brandon Janu, and like always, on all podcast platforms, I work Brandon Janu Show, social media platforms, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janu, um, Facebook, the Brandon Janu Show, and TikTok, Brandon Janu Show. Um, Go follow me on all of those social media platforms, man. Um, if you want to follow me, but where you could go, subscribe to me, see these vids, these visuals, like, comment, and because I do comment back, just keep it respectful. Um, it's my YouTube channel, man, Brandon Janu Show YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, man. Like I said, helps in algorithms. If you like, share, comment, do it all, man. Appreciate it. Um, let's do this, man. So I've been fortunate, right? I've been fortunate to, I've been fortunate enough to get to this point, and in this podcast world, right? And this is the thing. This is the thing. I love what I do. I love that I get to be a podcast. I love that I do this, and I do this my way. I get to work how I want to work, control what I want to control. When you've been doing this for going on 6 years, and you have close to, I think, 700 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, 600, something like that, episodes, you gotta be committed to this shit. And I know nowadays that commitment is very scary to a lot of people. But I've been doing this for a very long time, and I think that the I think that the premise of what this is for me is therapy, right? It feels like sometimes you can't really talk to people nowadays because people have this disrespectful nature about everything you come with. They gotta shit on it. They gotta talk down to you. They gotta like shit. Like they gotta just have like such a negative mindset towards stuff like this. And you see it on social media every day, right? Social media is the grounds for talking out your goddamn, talking crazy and not thinking that anything is gonna happen to you. I hope that more people find a passion that they love, committed to something that they care about, want to push everything that they want to push, do what they want to do with their life. And I feel like they're forced to move how they want to move. I've been doing this for a long time, man. And I remember when the pandemic happened, and there were so many people that was in this podcast world and doing it, and they loved it. And then, pandemic ended, and they got back to work, and they had to go to work, and they had to actually provide for their families, and they had to go do their thing. Respect, I get it. But what I've seen in the last couple of years, year, 2, 3 years, is people now think that here's the thing. Just because you have a camera and a microphone or whatever, I don't have a microphone at all. I just hit the record button and go. I don't have nothing. I have a background and that's it. I don't look at a streamer like a podcaster. They are their own thing in respect to those that get to do it because I cannot go live and have some crazy shit happen. And I don't like to edit. I don't like to do none of that shit. I don't have the money to ask somebody to edit. I don't like doing none of that shit. But streamers are not podcasters. And nowadays, these podcasters aren't really podcasters because a podcaster is someone that has their own viewpoint of the world. They display it, they talk about it, and if they're lucky, they have somebody that could be on there with them to say, nah, this how it's supposed to go. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Okay, let's have a conversation. Not a debate, a conversation. I feel like people have taken this world that I love so much and they've taken it for granted because now they think I could just get a microphone, get a camera, and I could just start talking and people are just gonna vibe with it. And it's not true. Some of these streamers have been doing this for 10, 15 fucking years, maybe longer than that, possibly. I don't fucking know. But it feels like a lot of people nowadays feel like I can't really say what I want to say, so let me go ahead and get a podcast. And that's what fucks up the energy because there's so many people in this space that shouldn't be in this space. And I'm not hating on anybody that does this because if you're doing it, do it. I ain't got no problem with that. My problem is respect it. Respect this. Respect this space that you are graciously invited into. Respect it. Don't treat it like it's just some shit that you just do when you feel like it. Or don't do it with a reckless abandonment towards it. Because there's so many people out here in this world that don't speak like you, don't talk like you, don't come off like you, don't have that aggressiveness in their voice and in their tone like you do. You got a different feeling and a different way about your shit because you're using it just to use it for your own undertone. You want to use it for your own personal gain. When I'm doing this and I'm doing it, I've been doing this shit for again, damn near 6 years in September. I've been doing this for 6 fucking years in September. I've been doing this for a very long fucking time. I'm pretty fucking sure if I don't want to do this, I would have been did something different. But when I got into this space of podcasting, and I wanted to create a podcast, and I had to go to some rinky dink ass apps and use them, and now I pay for this shit. I pay to put shit online and put it out for people to distribute and everything. I do this shit. I don't, and I feel like if you're gonna really care about this shit, and this is just me, I want you to take it serious, bro. Like I don't want you to, and it's gonna take a time. It's gonna take a long fucking time. Don't get it twisted. Podcasting is not easy. I think these people have now got it twisted that again, like I said, you get a microphone, you get a camera, and you hit the button and you go live and thousands of people jump in and watch it with you. No, that's not how it goes. I've been doing this for 6 years. I got 213 subscribers on YouTube. And especially in a climate where we live in right now, where a lot of people want to just hear their vantage point and don't give a fuck about what everybody else is talking about. If it's not what they want to hear, they either discredit you or they mute you or they just don't want to vibe with you. Instead of them being respectful for what you're trying to do and create, that's not what they do. They don't have that mindset. They don't have that care. They don't take it serious. They rather just shoot it down than to appreciate it or ignore it. I don't need you to get mad at me and do. You can ignore it. You can go on do your own thing. I've always said this. Like you don't have to comment. You don't have to. You don't have to show me any sense of love or respect. You don't have to. Well, I don't say love. You can definitely not show me love. I don't give a fuck with the love thing. But come with a respectful measure. Like if you don't think what I'm doing is cool, cool. Just move on, bro. It's not that hard for you to just move the fuck on. But this what we do. This thing here that I do, man. I just see so many people just do it, and then when it doesn't fulfill what they wanted because they see X, Y, and Z get popular, or X, Y, and Z got 1,000 views and 1,000 this and 1,000 that. Why can I not get it? Bro, you gotta be committed to this shit. You can't just put on a button, and you don't also know them dudes might have made deals behind the scenes to get them shits popping. That's another thing a lot of people don't understand. Is like that's a lot of people. I've been hit up a bunch of fucking times. Like, hey man, I can help you get crazy numbers on social media, and I can help you with your YouTube, and you gotta pay people for that shit. And I'm like, nah, bro, I already do it and yes, it's taking super fucking long. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it doesn't take long. But that's why it's called the long game, motherfucker. Like that's why it's called the long game, motherfucker. You gotta actually want to do this shit. You gotta actually want to care. You gotta actually want to go through this shit. And a lot of times people just don't want to do it. They want to find the cheap, the quick way out. Let me go ahead and get this this money, and I'm gonna get all these fans, these non-real fans, and then content gets created and boosted to the highs of heights, and but it's not realistic. I want people to take this serious, bro. Like you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna be able to create this and do this forever. Or could you? The podcast world is such a great podcast world is such a great um world to be in. But when people try to fuck over it for their own personal gain or try to like shit on it because they're not moving like they thought they would be moving, this ain't for the weak, bro. If you not doing some underhanded tricks or some shit, it's gonna take a minute. If you really doing it pure and doing it from your heart and you really are trying to do this shit for real, it's gonna take a fucking minute. I didn't start seeing numbers move for me until maybe 2, 3 years later. Like that's just how it goes. I'm seeing now old podcast episodes get listened to. That's how the shit goes, bro. That's how it happens. It just one day it might catch on, and one day it might fucking not. But you gonna stop doing it because it doesn't catch on? It is what it is. Like you gotta be committed to this shit. And I think a lot of times people forget that if you really love something, it's gonna take a minute. If you're passionate about something, it's gonna take a minute. You're gonna have to set aside a lot of shit to get to this point. But I just want to say, whoever's been listening, whoever's been subscribing, whoever's been fucking with me, thank you. I cannot stress that enough because I know how hard it is for me to get on this motherfucker every week and try to come up with content and talk about shit every fucking week. I haven't done a personal this in a minute because there's been so many other things I could be doing. Like I looked at my thing today. I hate doing continuations of shit, but wrestling right now is getting crazy. So it's WrestleMania season, and I don't know. I'm still trying to debate if I'm gonna do. Like I said, I gotta go look at the match card, but I might do an AEW rating review show this weekend. That'll be my first ever AEW rating review show. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I probably just watch the pay per view and just talk about it. But I've been waiting. I wanted to do an AEW rating review show for a while. They just got too many fucking matches. And then motherfuckers need to chop them fucking cards down. Lord Jesus. Um, Not every match need to be 15 minutes long and 13 fucking matches. That shit is crazy. Um, but yeah. But I just want to tell people, man, if you really are in this world, if you really in this podcast space, you're not Cosnet. You're not DJ Academics. You're not none of these dudes. Stop trying to compare what they're doing to what you're doing. What they're doing may be pure. It might be from the heart. It might be. Or maybe they paying these motherfuckers and getting money off this shit, and they might be paying people. And they might have underhanded deals they doing. I don't fucking know. I'm not saying that's what they doing because I don't know them dudes like that. But when you sit there and try to compare why I'm not moving like they're moving, it's damn near impossible, bro, because I don't know what they're doing. I'm happy that I get to do what I'm doing. And I get to do it my way And that's awesome. And I love that. So, yeah, this podcast world is not for the weak. You got to really be committed. Gotta be really fucking committed, man. Yeah. Well, till next week. I am Brian Janu. This has been the Brian Janu Show. Peace.